Jesus Christ, and the beautiful stories called the post-resurrection narratives, which speak to us about the appearances of Jesus to his disciples and his followers following the resurrection. So if you follow the daily readings each and every day after Easter, and then of course on Sundays, you'll see that all the readings are stories of the beautiful experiences of many people following the resurrection of Jesus. And today we have another beautiful appearance of Jesus, a powerful appearance following his resurrection to his disciples and to his followers. But of course, we have to understand that everything that we believe as Catholics is based and founded upon the teaching, the beautiful mystery of the resurrection of Jesus Christ. So everything that we believe in as Catholic Christians stems from this mystery, this experience, this teaching of the resurrection of Jesus. As Bishop Barron says, if we don't believe in the resurrection, then there's no point in going to Mass. There's no point in practicing our faith, because everything that we believe in is founded upon the resurrection of Jesus, and all else follows. So today Jesus is really trying to convince the disciples, his followers, that he is truly risen. He wants to reinforce their faith. He wants to tell them that I have fulfilled everything that had been spoken about me since the time of Moses in the Old Testament. And now I have come back after accepting the death that I had to embrace. And now I am enjoying the fruit of my suffering, my death in the resurrection. And this is a gift for all of you as well. But it's because everything that was preached about from the beginning of time has come to fulfillment in the resurrection, in my rising from the dead. So it's a beautiful, beautiful teaching that he's trying to convey to them, an experience of faith. But each and every one of us can relate to this, because all of us have experienced the passing of a loved one, right? All of us. And so it's at that time that the only thing that we have to cling to, hold on to, is the hope in the resurrection. That's all we have to hold on to, but it's something that is there for us because of Jesus' resurrection. So in 1964, I was baptized, so I'm revealing my age to you. Because on Tuesday I'll be 60 years old. I cannot believe it. I wish I was 50, but... And so in 1964, I was born, and I was baptized by two friends of my parents, very close friends, who were my godparents. And my godmother was a neighbor of my mother's growing up, and they went to the same school together, and grew up together. And so my godmother married her husband, my godfather, and so my mom and my dad chose them to be my godparents for baptism. So we were very close. My godparents were almost like my second parents. And so my godmother was a teacher for LA Unified School District for many years, and my godfather was a professor here in Los Angeles in several colleges. And he spoke 7 languages, and he got his PhD from SC, his doctorate in languages, and very, very educated. So because they were really focused on education, that was their focus, their vocation, they always spoke to me about the importance of education, getting good grades, of reading a lot, reading the newspaper, watching the news, and understanding the importance of current events and so forth. So they had a profound influence on on my life and the importance of education. So we were very close. And in 1980, I was a sophomore in high school, and I had my first job as a box boy in a local market. So one summer day, I was working, and the manager came to me and said, Paul, you have a phone call from your mother. It seems very important. So I went to the office and picked up the phone, and my mother was crying. And she said, I hate to tell you this, but your godfather just died. And he was in his early 50s, I believe, when he died. And I said, what happened? She said, I don't know, but your godmother is asking that you go to the west side. They live in Beverly Hills to see her and their only daughter. So I left work, drove to the west side from LA, and went to their apartment in Beverly Hills, and she was there crying, and her daughter as well. And I said, what happened? She said, well, we were on the beach today in Santa Monica, and he had a massive heart attack. Just like that. She said he had no signs of being sick, he was fine, and we went to the beach, and we were having a nice time, just relaxing, and he died instantly. And she said it was a horrible experience. The paramedics and the ambulance and the firemen were all there on the beach in Santa Monica doing the best they could to revive him, but he died immediately. And so it was it was shocking, because you're young and you lose someone very close, and it was very hard. It was very hard for me. We had a big funeral at St. Timothy's in West LA, and he knew a lot of people, and so there were celebrities, and there were professors from various universities in LA, and a lot of people, and they were all sharing with me stories about my godfather and the type of man he was, and what a good man he was. And so that was the first experience of really losing someone close to me at a young age. And then a few years later, my grandmother died, who I was very close to. So these two experiences of death had a profound effect on me. And back then, I needed to understand that there is a resurrection of the dead. That all of our loved ones who are no longer with us have a place that they are being called to because of their discipleship and faith in Jesus, and that is heaven. And so the only thing that I could hold on to was that belief in the resurrection of Jesus and all that that means to all of us whenever we lose someone. And it's true, because whenever we go to a funeral of a family member or a friend, we're there and we're sad and we're crying, and we don't know what life is going to be like without these people that we loved and cared for so long, and who loved and cared for us. How are we going to go on? All we have to cling to is our faith. All we have to cling to is our belief in the resurrection, that they are going to experience a new heaven and a new earth, as the book of Revelation says to us. The holy city, the new Jerusalem, a beautiful place that God has prepared for all of us. And this is exactly what Jesus Christ is trying to say to the disciples, and trying to teach them. Understand that this world is not the end. It's just the beginning of something greater, and that you will be a part of that new life if you follow me and if you're faithful to me. And this is what he says to each and every one of us today. So as we continue to reflect on this beautiful teaching and our belief in the resurrection, that we need to really pray each and every day, if we're suffering the loss of someone who we love, that the Lord will help us to really embrace this belief and to be comforted by it and to have hope in it, that our loved ones are with the Lord. And so let us continue to ask the Lord for this grace.